Looking back on life, especially when you reach those golden years, can be a truly profound experience. It's a time for reflection, for appreciating the journey, the joys, and maybe, just maybe, for thinking about the roads not taken, the words not spoken, or the actions left undone. It's a common human experience. Isn't it that quiet moment of introspection where you wonder, what if, or should I have done things differently? There's a painful reality that often comes with this reflection for many people, the weight of regret. It's not about dwelling on every little mistake, but more about the bigger themes, the significant choices or lack thereof that shaped the later years in unexpected ways. Talking to countless people who have navigated their 60s, 70s, and beyond, certain themes come up again and again. There seems to be a common set of things that people wish they had done differently when they had the chance, things they now carry a sense of wistfulness about. But here's the secret. These regrets aren't inevitable. Many of them are things you can still influence, or at the very least, learn from right now to ensure your remaining years are lived with less looking back and more looking forward with peace and contentment. In this video, we're going to gently uncover the top 7 regrets that seniors often express. We'll explore why they feel this way and, more importantly, talk about how you can recognize these patterns and make shifts today, this week, this year, to steer clear of them yourself. It's about empowering you to live your present and your future without accumulating these burdens. Watch to the end for something that will surprise you. Let's start with the first regret that echoes through many conversations with older adults. It's a deeply human one, and it centers around relationships. The first major regret is often not nurturing relationships enough. Think about it. Life gets busy, doesn't it? Careers, raising families, paying the bills, running errands, endless tasks that demand our time and energy. Friends move away, families scatter, and before you know it, years have passed without a meaningful connection with people who once meant the world to you. People often reach their later years, maybe retired, with more free time on their hands, only to realize that the strong bonds they once had have weakened, or perhaps vanished entirely. They regret not making that phone call, not sending that letter or email, not visiting more often, not putting in the consistent effort required to keep relationships vibrant and alive. Maybe they had a falling out with a sibling or a friend, and pride got in the way of reconciliation. And now the opportunity is gone. The pain comes from realizing that time is finite, and the people who fill our lives with love and laughter are the most precious resource we have. Avoiding this regret starts right now. It's about being intentional with your time and energy. Who are the people who genuinely matter to you? Your children, grandchildren, siblings, old friends, new friends. Make a conscious effort to connect with them regularly. It doesn't always have to be a grand gesture. A simple phone call just to say hello and see how they're doing can make a world of difference. Sending a text message, an email, or even a handwritten card lets people know you're thinking of them. If distance is an issue, video calls have made it easier than ever to see your loved ones' faces, even if you can't be in the same room. Attending family gatherings, even if it's inconvenient sometimes, sends a powerful message about your commitment to those relationships. Forgiveness plays a huge role here too. Holding on to grudges only hurts you in the long run, and it certainly damages the possibility of connection. Reaching out to mend a rift, even if it feels difficult or you weren't entirely at fault, can be incredibly freeing and open doors to renewed relationships. Remember, these connections are the bedrock of a fulfilling life. Especially as we age, they provide support, companionship, and a sense of belonging that nothing else can replicate. Don't wait until it's too late to tell people what they mean to you and to spend quality time with them. Moving on to the second common regret. It's one that affects our mental and emotional well-being profoundly. Letting worries steal their joy. So many people reflect that they spent an excessive amount of their lives worrying about things that, in hindsight, either never happened or were completely out of their control anyway. They worried about money, about their children's futures, about what other people thought of them, about hypothetical scenarios that consumed their thoughts and robbed them of the ability to simply enjoy the present moment. This constant state of anxiety is exhausting and ultimately fruitless. It prevents you from appreciating the small blessings, from finding peace in the everyday, from truly being present with your loved ones and your own life. The regret stems from realizing how much time and energy were wasted on this internal turmoil instead of being used to create happy memories or simply experience life with lightness. Breaking free from excessive worry is a practice, not a one-time fix, but it's entirely possible at any age. The first step is recognizing when you're doing it. When you feel that familiar knot of anxiety tightening, pause and ask yourself, is this worry productive? Is there something I can actually do about this situation right now? Often, the answer is no. Learning to distinguish between helpful planning and pointless worrying is crucial. Mindfulness techniques can be incredibly beneficial here. Simply observing your thoughts without judgment, grounding yourself in the present moment through your senses, or focusing on your breath can help you step back from the spiral of anxiety. Journaling your worries can also help you externalize them and gain perspective. Talk to someone you trust about your anxieties. Sometimes just vocalizing them makes them feel less overwhelming. Focusing on gratitude is another powerful antidote to worry. Taking a few moments each day to appreciate what you have shifts your focus from potential problems to existing blessings. Remember, you are stronger and more capable than you think, and most of the things you worry about never come to pass. Practicing letting go of what you cannot control frees up an immense amount of energy and allows joy to find its way into your life. And that brings us to the third significant regret, one with very tangible consequences as we age, neglecting their physical health earlier in life. How many times have you heard someone say, "Oh, I wish I'd started exercising sooner," or "I wish I hadn't smoked," or "I wish I'd eaten better when I was younger"? This regret comes into sharp focus when health issues arise in later years that could potentially have been prevented or mitigated by healthier habits earlier on. It's the ache in the joints that could have been less severe with regular movement, the chronic condition linked to diet, the reduced energy levels that come from a lifetime of not prioritizing well-being. The regret is compounded by the realization that reversing some of these health problems is much harder, or even impossible, later in life. However, here is the encouraging part. It is never too late to start making positive changes for your health. While you can't turn back time, you can improve your quality of life significantly by adopting healthier habits now. Start small. Even a little bit of physical activity can make a big difference. Talk to your doctor about what kind of exercise is safe and appropriate for you. It could be walking, swimming, gentle stretching, chair exercises, or even joining a local fitness class designed for seniors. Consistency is key, not intensity. Small, regular efforts build up over time. Pay attention to your diet. Focus on whole, unprocessed foods, plenty of fruits and vegetables, lean protein, and healthy fats. Drink enough water. Reduce your intake of sugary drinks, processed snacks, and excessive saturated fats. Don't think of it as deprivation, but as nourishing your body so it can serve you better. Getting enough sleep is also crucial for both physical and mental health. Establish a regular sleep routine. Finally, make sure you're getting regular checkups with your doctor. Catching potential issues early can make them much easier to manage. Prioritizing your health now isn't just about living longer. It's about living better, with more energy, less pain, and greater independence. It's about investing in your ability to enjoy your later years to the fullest. But taking care of your physical self is just one piece of the puzzle, isn't it? What about feeding your soul, your spirit? That brings us to another big one. The fourth common regret: not pursuing hobbies or creative outlets. For many people, life became a conveyor belt of work and responsibility. There was little time, or perhaps they felt they didn't have the permission to indulge in activities purely for pleasure, interest, or self-expression. Maybe they always wanted to learn to paint, play a musical instrument, write stories, garden, knit, woodwork, or explore photography. But these desires were pushed aside for more important things. As they age, with more free time, they might find themselves without a sense of purpose or engaging activities to fill their days. The regret is wishing they had cultivated these interests earlier, both for the skills developed and for the sheer joy and fulfillment they could have brought throughout life. Hobbies and creative pursuits aren't just time fillers. They challenge your mind, connect you with others who share similar interests, provide a sense of accomplishment, and bring a unique kind of happiness that comes from engaging with something you truly love. The wonderful news is that the later years are an absolutely perfect time to explore new hobbies or pick up old ones you dropped along the way. There's no pressure to be perfect, only the freedom to experiment and enjoy the process. Always wanted to learn guitar? Find a local teacher or online tutorials. Curious about painting? Buy some basic supplies and just start putting color on canvas. Thinking about writing your life story or fictional tales? Join a writing group or just begin jotting down your thoughts. Many community centers, libraries, and local organizations offer classes and workshops specifically for seniors, providing not only instruction, but also a social connection. Don't let the idea that you're not good enough hold you back. The point isn't to become a professional artist or musician. It's to find joy, challenge, and meaning in creative expression and engaging activities. Maybe your hobby will be volunteering, learning a new language, exploring local history, or birdwatching. Whatever sparks your interest, give yourself permission to pursue it. It adds richness, color, and a sense of purpose to your days, helping to ward off boredom and feelings of stagnation. Now, let's talk about the fifth regret, which is deeply personal and often linked to a lifetime of holding back, not expressing their true selves or feelings. This is about the words left unsaid, the emotions kept bottled up, the opinions not voiced, the authentic personality hidden away for fear of judgment or conflict. Perhaps they felt they had to conform to societal expectations, family pressures, or the demands of their career, suppressing their unique quirks, desires, or even their core beliefs. They might regret not telling people how they truly felt about them, both positive affirmations and addressing difficult issues. This regret manifests as a feeling of not having lived authentically, of wearing a mask for too long, and perhaps realizing that this suppression contributed to misunderstandings in relationships or a lack of genuine connection. The pain comes from wishing they had been brave enough to be vulnerable, to speak their truth, and to let others see who they really were beneath the surface. It takes courage to start being more open and authentic, especially if you've spent decades holding back, but it is a powerful step towards living with more integrity and deeper connections. Start small. Maybe practice expressing your opinions gently in safe environments. Learn to say no when you genuinely don't want to do something, without feeling guilty. If you have something important to say to a loved one, whether it's expressing love and appreciation or addressing a long-standing issue, try to find a calm, appropriate time to have that conversation. It might be uncomfortable, but genuine communication is vital for healthy relationships. Being authentic isn't about being rude or inconsiderate. It's about aligning your external actions and words with your internal thoughts and feelings. It's also about accepting yourself, flaws and all, and giving yourself permission to be imperfectly human. This self-acceptance makes it easier to let others see the real you. You might be surprised at how liberating it feels to stop trying to be someone you're not, and how much deeper your relationships can become when you connect on a more genuine level. Don't wait to express the love you feel, the appreciation you have, or to clear the air when necessary. Living authentically is a gift you give yourself and those around you. Our sixth common regret is closely tied to the desire for broader experiences not experiencing life fully, such as traveling or trying new things. Many people look back and wish they had been more adventurous, more willing to step outside their comfort zone and see the world, or simply try activities they hadn't before. Maybe they put off travel until retirement, only to find health or financial constraints made it difficult. Or perhaps they were simply hesitant to try new foods, visit new places in their own town, or engage in activities that felt unfamiliar or slightly intimidating. The regret is the missed opportunities for creating vibrant memories, gaining new perspectives, and enriching their lives through diverse experiences. Life can become routine, and while routine has its comforts, a lack of novelty can lead to a feeling that life has passed by without being fully savored. Experiencing life fully doesn't always have to mean backpacking across the globe, though, if you can, that's wonderful. It's more about maintaining a sense of curiosity and a willingness to engage with the world around you. Whatever your circumstances, if international travel isn't feasible, explore your own region, state, or country. Visit nearby towns, national parks, museums, or historical sites you've never seen. Even simple things like trying a new restaurant with cuisine you've never had before, taking a different route for your walk, or attending a local festival can break the routine and introduce novelty. Consider learning something completely new, a skill, a subject, or even just how to use a new app on your phone. Challenge yourself in small ways. Read books or watch documentaries about places and cultures different from your own. Engage in conversations with people from diverse backgrounds. The key is to keep your mind open and your spirit adventurous. Don't let fear or inertia prevent you from creating new memories and expanding your horizons. Small steps of trying new things regularly can add immense color and vibrancy to your life, ensuring that you continue to grow and experience joy regardless of your age or physical limitations. Every day offers an opportunity to see something new, learn something new, or experience something new, even if it's just looking at the familiar world with fresh eyes. Now we come to the seventh and perhaps deepest regret, one that brings a sense of peace when addressed. Not making peace with past mistakes or failures. So often, people carry the weight of past decisions, perceived failures, or unresolved issues for years, sometimes decades. They might replay scenarios in their minds, feeling guilt, shame, or regret over choices they made or things that happened to them. This constant rumination can be incredibly heavy, preventing them from fully enjoying the present or looking towards the future with optimism. This regret isn't just about the event itself, but about the failure to process it, learn from it, and ultimately, let it go. It's wishing they had found a way to forgive themselves and others sooner. Releasing the burden and finding a sense of closure. Making peace with the past is a journey, not a destination, but it's a journey absolutely worth taking at any stage of life. It begins with acknowledging the past without judgment. Accept that you did the best you could with the knowledge, resources, and emotional state you had at the time. Hindsight is always 20/20. Practice self-compassion. Talk to yourself as you would a dear friend who is struggling. Forgiveness is a powerful tool, and it starts with forgiving yourself. Understand that holding on to guilt or resentment doesn't change the past. It only poisons your present. If there are specific events or relationships that weigh heavily on you, consider talking to a therapist or counselor who can provide tools and support for processing these feelings. Sometimes, writing about your experiences can be therapeutic. If your regrets involve others, and it feels safe and appropriate, you might consider seeking reconciliation or simply writing a letter you never send, as a way of expressing your feelings and finding your own closure. Learning from past mistakes is wise, but dwelling on them endlessly is unproductive and harmful. The past is a lesson, not a life sentence. Freeing yourself from its grip allows you to fully inhabit your present moment and build a future based on acceptance, wisdom, and peace. This act of making peace with your journey so far is profoundly liberating and is perhaps the most important step in ensuring your later years are filled with contentment. not constraint. It's the surprise I mentioned earlier, that the power to release the heaviest regrets often lies within you, through self-forgiveness and acceptance. So, we've looked at the common threads of regret: not prioritizing relationships, letting worry steal joy, neglecting health, sidelining hobbies, hiding true selves, missing out on experiences, and not making peace with the past. You see, many of these aren't about grand, unattainable feats, but about choices made consistently over time. Choices about how we spend our energy, what we prioritize, and how we treat ourselves and others. The beautiful, surprising truth is that while you can't change yesterday, you hold immense power over today and all the days to come. These common regrets serve not as reasons for despair, but as powerful signposts, guiding you towards a more fulfilling way of living right now. Remember, small changes can make a big difference to your happiness and sense of fulfillment. It's about being intentional, being present, and giving yourself permission to live authentically and joyfully. Pick one thing from these regrets that resonates most with you today and think about one tiny step you could take this week to address it. Maybe it's calling a friend you haven't spoken to in a while, spending 10 minutes doing a hobby you enjoy, or simply taking a few deep breaths when you feel worry creeping in. These small actions, repeated over time, build a life lived without the heavy burden of what-ifs. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What resonated with you the most? Are there any regrets you've observed in others, or perhaps felt yourself? And what steps have you taken, or are you considering taking? Share your insights in the comments below. Your experience could be incredibly helpful and encouraging to someone else watching. If you found this video helpful and inspiring, please give it a like. It really helps the channel reach more people who might benefit from this message. And consider subscribing to the channel. We share regular videos focused on living a vibrant, fulfilling, and joyful life at every age, offering practical tips and encouragement just for you. Don't miss out on future conversations. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Remember, your life is a precious gift, and how you live the years ahead is largely within your gentle influence. Choose presence over worry, connection over isolation, courage over fear, and self-compassion over regret. Live your best life at every age.